How the heck do you handle difficult people inside of your life? Whether it's a business partner, a significant other, a family member, a prospect, and or a client, I'm gonna show you how to do it in this video. So listen to me. To kick this off, your curiosity about this subject, and maybe mixed in with a little bit of aggression, should be firing off right now, because the thing is, and I discovered this light bulb moment at the age of 14 and a half when I first got in sales, I started to have to handle and deal and lead difficult individuals inside of my life. And the first discovery was, I've been screwed inside of life. See, up until 14 and a half, I've been taught geometry, calculus, algebra, history, Shakespeare, everything but the 8+ billion people and how to communicate them. And we're surrounded with them every single day all around the world. And I said, this is a scam. How the heck hasn't there been a subject on how to deal with difficult people inside of life? The reason being is because we're not surrounded by robots. We're not yet. We're not surrounded by cats and 8 billion dogs and 8 billion cats and 8 billion chickens. We're surrounded with humans. Every single day, we interact with them. We don't interact with robots right now, a little bit more now. We don't interact with chickens right now. We definitely don't interact with aliens and dogs. We interact with human beings on a daily basis. And there wasn't one course that said, hey, by the way, this is how you handle, this is how you conversate, this is how you speak to a human freaking being. And you don't think you've been screwed inside of life? I promise you one thing, even if you're not in sales, which you probably are if you're watching my channel, you will encounter difficult individuals inside of your life, whether that's your significant other, a family member, a business partner, a client, a potential client for your business. Whatever it is that you do, you will handle with difficult people, not every single month, not every single week, probably every single day. And if you're inside of sales, you'll probably deal with them every 10 minutes to an hour. Now, the world is not what comes at you. It's not the difficult people that come at you, because they're going to come at you with their own baggage. It's going to be a buildup from their own problems. And usually if you're inside of sales, it's all their problems, and you're the first person to hit them up throughout the day. Then boom, they take it out on you, right? Like if you're driving in traffic, you guys got to understand, you are not the problem. People will have baggage. You might, cut them off a little bit, but it's not enough for somebody to come out, throw the middle finger, and want to fight you. It's all the negativity that's built up throughout the day, okay? All the emotions that may be built out throughout the day, then boom, they take it out on you because you're the first person that may contact them throughout the day, okay? And by the way, life is nothing to do with what's thrown at you. It's everything to do with how you internalize it. That's how you grow within your sales organization. So if you're in sales, by the way, I want you to do this. If you just hit my channel, just like and subscribe it. All my videos are completely free. We're going heavy on YouTube now. The question is, how do you deal with difficult people? That person, and what does difficult people look like inside of sales? What does a difficult prospect look like inside of sales? I can do this for somewhere cheaper. I can get this for somewhere cheaper. I don't know if I need to do something like this right now. I still need to think about it. You drove them around. You showed them 17 homes, and it's just a difficult person. And you're like, how do I handle this difficult person? See, in school, it's crazy. They never taught us a course on how to handle, an argument, how to lead an argument. And I picked up one of my first books when I was 15, and I was listening to, actually, it was an audio book by Jim Rohn, and he says, man, if you want to never get in an argument, just say 2 words, I'm sorry. He's like, if you say I'm sorry, you're going to get inside of an I'm sorry battle. So I said, oh, that's genius. I said, that's the easiest way. And that's not even what we're going to get into, but that's the easiest way to diffuse an argument is you don't have one at all. Probably bonus tip right now, which is not even part of the 3 steps that I'm going to go into, is you just don't have one at all. And I'm thinking, how the heck hasn't my teacher taught me this? So listen, what and how does a difficult client inside a business sound like? Yeah, I just still need more time to think about it. And it's your 3rd conversation with them. You know what? Bob does it for, a little bit cheaper. I think I want to go with them, or, still send me over some information. And you're there like, what's happening with this person? Why can't they come to a decision? And you just don't know how to lead the conversation. Well, I'm going to show you how to do it inside of this video, okay? I'm going to go quick with you guys right now. So take out your pen and your notepad. Number 1, write this down. Know what they want. Write this down. Know what they want. Know exactly what the other party wants. Why is this important? Because you save time. Now, to go a level deeper, know what's on their priority list. See, a great sales rep always draws up a priority list for the other party. for the prospect. Hey, by the way, Janet, yes, what's on your priority list of A's right now? Let's pick 3. When you're going to look for a new home, what's on your priority list? Is it, being in the neighborhood? Tell me. Well, Daniel, yeah, it's being beside a school. I need a big open entrance when people come in. I want to make a statement, and definitely a pool in the backyard. Okay, cool. And what would you like to have? Really as additionals. Well, it'd be nice to have an extra guest bedroom. So my A priorities, my B priorities. And by the way, Barbara, what would make it a home run? I'm just going to write it down here to see if we can ever figure it out. What do you need to have? So if we find this, we're like, boom, okay, that's great. If we find additionals, you're like, wow, this is amazing. And if we find all C, it's a freaking home run. Honestly, Daniel, this would be amazing to have, that it would have an extra house in the backyard already built in. I don't know, a guest house in the backyard already built in. Perfect, love it. Why is this important? Because if you know what people want, you can keep the conversation on track. And I'm gonna show you, most salespeople don't know what people want, so the prospect distracts the salesperson. And the problem is that when you get into negotiations, when you get into objections, if you don't know what they want, the prospect will always distract you, and you'll keep trying to pull your freaking hairs because you didn't do your job in the beginning stages. Every great sales rep goes into point number 2. They circle back into the priorities. Can you write that down? Number 1, know what they want. Number 2, circle back to what they want. So if you don't know what they want, you can never get into point number 2, which is what's important to them. So guess what? Write this down. The reason why it's important to know what they want is because every single time there's an objection, you have to get back to the priority list of to why they got on the phone call in the first place, why they had the conversation in the first place, why they got into the relationship in the first place. If you never figured out what your significant other wanted inside of a relationship in the beginning stages, the week to the month, when there's an argument, there's a bunch of noise. There's a bunch of bullshit. Oh, but babe, you didn't do this and you didn't do that. But what's important? What was the reason is getting into this relationship, babe? It was to create an amazing family, to build together, and to do C. Are these things still important to you? Because if they are, let's work on it like the power couple. But if you don't know what your significant other wants, and you don't do that in the beginning stage of the partnership or the business partnership or with your prospect, the noise will confuse you out of the important things inside of that relationship or inside of that partnership. All the noise, and most of it is freaking noise. The person that is a great negotiator, the person that is a great leader will always know what that person wants in the beginning stages. All my best deals, I was able to focus my client on what they wanted instead of my client or my prospect distracting me to perfect. And I'm gonna get into that for a second, okay? So number 1, know what they want. Number 2, circle back to what they want. Number 1, know what they want, circle back to what they want. See, I'm gonna give you guys an example. And I think if you're selling anything physical, tangible or intangible, product, offer, service is gonna work for you. In the beginning stage, you know what they want. And now let's say you're selling real estate. I'm just gonna go back to this example. I was shopping for real estate and I went through 20 different homes. And I'm like, oh, but it doesn't have this, it doesn't have this, it doesn't have this. And the people beside me know my priority list because they've been with me forever. So Steve was beside me. We look at a home. I'm giving the realtor a hard time. Can we look for the next home? Finally, Steve says, dude, shut up and sign the freaking papers. I said, what do you mean? He's like, dude, this is the home. This is what you need. This is what you want. And I'm looking, me and the realtor are looking at him like, dude, I'm like, Steve, this is a lot of money here. That's a big home. And I'm one person. This is freaking 7 bedrooms. I get it, but I still need it. He's like, dude, this is what you want. Sign the freaking papers. He's like, it has the pool, it has the big entrance, and it's a private area. Shut up and sign the papers. I'm like, oh, I guess he's right. He did the realtor's job, and my job as a buyer for us. Why? He knew exactly what I wanted. And it was the realtor's problem that the realtor in the beginning stage didn't know what's on my priority list. So every single time I was trying to look for this, and I had all this noise in the conversation, rather than saying, Daniel, is A, and the 2 B's still important for you? If they're not, we can relook at them. But if they are, I think we freaking hit a gold mine with this home because you could circle back to what I want. Point number 3, okay? Number 1, know what's on their priority list. Number 2, circle back to their priority list to keep them on the conversation. Point number 3, don't sell perfect, sell progression. You sell better. You don't sell perfect. You sell progression and you sell better. Let me say that again. You don't sell perfect. You sell progression and you sell better. Better than what people currently have. Okay, so look, how do you handle difficult people when people say, well, I can get it from, somewhere cheaper and I can do it. Remember, all that stuff, when people say I need to think about it, or I can get it for somewhere cheaper, and people are being difficult with you. Remember, you don't sell perfect. Okay, are results guaranteed? Well, no, we don't guarantee results. Are you gonna guarantee you put in the work? No, that's not how you deal with the objection. Remember, they're not looking for perfect. What they really came on the conversation for is better, and it's your job to remind them as to what they're looking for is progression and better, right? So when people are being difficult and a client wants A, B, C, D, E, F, G, I'm gonna say, hey, back off. Kara, listen, I'm proud to represent you and service you inside of our business. However, I know you have like 4 million questions and concerns. For us, I think we found something amazing. At the beginning of a conversation, you told me you wanted X, Y, and Z. You told me you wanted X, you wanted to retire parents, you wanted to get in something with a little bit more time freedom, and you want to work something that has a system. That's what we currently have right now in place, right? What we got is better than what you currently have. We don't have perfect. If you're looking for perfect, it's not us. We definitely have mistakes that we got to fix every single month or every single year. And if a company's selling you perfect, I would run for the hill, Sarah. But if you want better than what you currently have, that's definitely us. Do you want what you told me in the beginning of the conversation, or are you looking for perfect? I want to better understand. Team, your job is to sell better. Your job is not to sell perfect. And the people that try to sell perfect, by the way, they have the lowest trust because everybody's out there trying to sell perfect. The person that says, hey, we have better than what you currently got. Are you looking for better, or are you looking for perfect? Because the person that looks for perfect makes no decision at all. The person that makes a decision, then figures out ways to make it perfect, lives a much better lifestyle and gets a lot more results than the person that waits for perfect. Does that make sense, Sarah? Yes, it does. Perfect. Open up your phone, put me on speaker. Let's get you better than what you currently have. That's somebody that understands the priority list and what the wants and needs of a customer are in the beginning stage of conversation, right? Because, hey, listen, by the way, it's important to circle back on the priorities of also what you offer. I was in an event this week and I said, when people ask, but by the way, that company, they do it for a little bit cheaper and I can get it done for them for a little bit cheaper. I said, hey team, don't argue with them. Don't say, but that company, they're shit and they do it. No, just say, hey, by the way, you're right. Actually, I found a company. Funny that you said that, Sarah. I found a company that does it for 3 times cheaper than us, not just 50% cheaper. If you want, I can put you in contact with them. Just even know, be real with people. If you are an exclusive and premium price, freaking say it. You don't have to be weird with people. And by the way, Sarah, let me ask you a question. Why is it that you think that we're premium, we're exclusive, and we're probably one of the highest prices in the freaking market? There's people that do Daniel G trainings for freaking half the price off, okay? Why do you think it is, Sarah, that Daniel G, that our company is still able to train well over 1 million people every single year, okay? Well over 100,000 students. Why do you think it is that, there's still 100,000 people, whatever your numbers are inside of the business, that decide to partner up with us and buy our products every single year, even though we are 3 times higher than the company that I was about to point you in that direction with? Even though we are 50% higher than the average company out there inside of the marketplace? Sarah, why do you think that is? Well, yeah, I mean, it's probably because you guys, probably put in the service with them. You guys actually have the quality inside of your work, the systems that you guys offer. Sarah, and probably the results that you get. Sarah, do you want all of that you just told me, or do you want 50% cheaper? Well, yeah, of course I want all of that. Boom! Open up your phone, put me on speaker, let me walk you through the whole process. You don't sell fucking price. People want results. Get people thinking about the results. And by the way, you sell better than what they currently have. If you don't know what they want and it doesn't come out of their own mouth, sometimes it's not as powerful. Sometimes the most powerful salespeople in the world make the client say it out of their own mouth. Just like they say the objection, you can get them to say your value out of their own freaking mouth. That's a pro inside of sales. So go back to this video. Number 1, know what they want. Know their priority list. Number 2, circle back to exactly what they want on their priority list. Number 3, don't try to sell perfect, sell better. And I'll see you guys on the next video. By the way, if you're on this video, click the link somewhere here, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Boom!